Wow.
Is it too crazy?
No, man. Miles, I see exactly what you're doing there, man.
Art is all about expression. Slight spoiler alert, Across the Spider-Verse is awesome. The characters, amazing. The action, sensational. The animation, spectacular. It's clearly a love letter to a character that's been around since the 60s. I mean, I know it centers around Miles, who's only been around since 2011, but it features hundreds of versions of Spider-Man, from all different forms of media, from movies, games, and animated shows. Look, they even have T-Rex Spider-Man in this movie. So besides the ending that I won't talk about, otherwise I'll be here all day. What? I absolutely love this movie. But just as this movie is an ultimate Spider-Man movie, it's also a love letter to art. In this video, I want to talk about how this movie uses art in a way that I've never seen before in an animated movie, with multiple art styles coming together to make this incredible experience, and how a multiverse movie about Spider-Man is the perfect way to show the expressive power of art. Now, while there have been some really good movies centered around a multiverse like Everything Everywhere All at Once and The One, what? It's a fun movie. No superhero lends themselves to the concept of a multiverse quite like Spider-Man. Marvel tried it with Doctor Strange and just ended up with a cool Raimi horror movie bogged down by meaningless cameos and MCU continuity. There's a reason we're still talking about No Way Home and not Multiverse of Madness. I guess you could argue maybe Batman could hold a multiverse movie? Hell, it's half the reason fans want to see The Flash. Batman's had just as many reinterpretations over the years as Spider-Man, and he's a very versatile character that you could fit into multiple genres. But I don't know, I don't really find the idea of multiple Batman meeting that appealing. It'd just be everyone being grim and serious, and then Adam West's Batman shows up to do a little dance. But with Spider-Man, it just seems more interesting to have multiple versions of him show up. And that's down to one key factor: relatability. Where a character like Batman is more human and grounded, he's more of an ideal, someone who uses all of the resources at his disposal to make his home a better place. Yeah, I know it's a messed up world when I say a guy with spider powers is more believable than a member of the 1% caring about other people. Peter Parker's struggles are more about living a dual life as both himself and as Spider-Man. He's constantly late for things and finds himself letting down those he cares about. He hates his job and is constantly struggling financially. These are really relatable things. Sure, none of us are going to wear Lycra and fight guys in giant rhino suits, but we all understand that kind of struggle. The struggle of finding a work-life balance. We all worry about letting down those who are closest to us, and we've all struggled financially at some point in our lives, and done jobs we've hated just to get by. And we've all just wanted to throw in the towel when things just got too hard. Spider-Man's a character who's always fighting an uphill battle that usually reflects the struggles everyday people deal with. And because of this relatability, audiences gravitate towards Spider-Man. Everyone can relate to him. There's a reason there's so many variants of him, because anyone can be him. Hell, it's why artists online constantly change up the outfit to match how they would look as Spider-Man. Now I want to take a minute and discuss this. I was aware that fan artists on Instagram and Tumblr enjoyed redesigning famous superhero costumes. I've even done it myself, because I'm a nerd. But I never noticed just how much of it centered around Spider-Man. I'm personally just fascinated by how many artists online take the Spider-Man costume and put their own personal stamp on it, a spider-sona, and the amount of creativity on display is amazing to see. Who knew one superhero's costume would be the perfect platform for artistic expression? Now at this point you're probably wondering why the hell I'm going on about bloody fan art. What's this got to do with the movie? Well, that's because a Spider-Verse movie is the perfect platform to show just how versatile this character truly is. You get to see all the creativity on display, and the filmmakers use this as a very effective storytelling tool, in a way that no other animated movie has done before. Every spider person in this movie has their own visual language that's used to express themselves. Miles' universe is a cross between 2D and 3D animation. Gwen's universe is created using pastel watercolors to express mood and atmosphere. Spider-Man India's universe uses a pencil-drawn 70s comic book art style, and Spider-Punk has this cool-looking Sex Pistols-inspired paper cutout art style, giving each character their own visual language to express their own identities. It's incredible, and it's the visual tool to show the theme of the Spider-Verse movies, that anyone can be Spider-Man, and the idea of Spider-Man isn't limited to one person, and that the webhead can come from anywhere, and the one character that embodies this is of course the main character.
My name is Miles Morales. I'm Brooklyn's one and only Spider-Man.
I think it was kinda genius on Lord and Miller's part to make Miles an artist, someone who isn't afraid to express himself. Art is all about expression, and Miles, like the filmmakers, understands this. He's all about expression. In the first movie, he's constantly living up to the standards of his father and of the recently deceased Peter Parker, standards that don't fit who Miles is as a person. There's a reason he looks so uncomfortable in his school uniform and his store-bought Spider-Man costume. It just isn't him. But as the movie goes on, he learns that he doesn't need to live up to what others expect of him, and he just needs to be himself. He can excel at school so long as he does it his way. He can live up to the role of Spider-Man so long as he makes it his own. Once he puts his own twist on the costume, he's able to act like a true hero. He becomes empowered through expression. And in this movie, he faces similar obstacles. Miles feels isolated and wants to become part of something bigger, whether it's going to college far from his family or wanting to be part of the Spider Society. Miles believes becoming part of something bigger will make him stronger, and that's why the antagonist of the movie works so well.
I'll take it from here.
Miguel O'Hara acts as the perfect antagonist in Across the Spider-Verse, a character who effectively gatekeeps the concept of Spider-Man. The movie introduces these things called canon events, moments in every Spider-Person's life that will define them, mostly centered around the death of loved ones, things that if interrupted could destroy reality. Or so it's believed. Something that completely goes against what Miles learned in the first movie, to do things his own way. Miguel also reveals that Miles was a mistake. You see, the spider that bit Miles came from another universe, and was supposed to bite someone else, making Miles a multiversal anomaly. And because of this, Miguel believes Miles doesn't belong in this fast spider society, and that he doesn't deserve to be Spider-Man. An idea that's shared by a fair number of comic book fans, that Miles isn't Spider-Man and that he isn't worthy to wear the mask. And this whole idea is just completely against what Spider-Man represents. If anyone can be Spider-Man, then telling someone they can't just isn't true to the character, and also kind of hypocritical coming from a character like Miguel O'Hara, a character who's taken the mantle of Spider-Man and made it his own, even though he has a lot of un-Spider-Man-y traits. He likes a spider sense and is a vampire? Okay, so really, he has no right to tell someone else that they can't be Spider-Man. If Miles' arc in the first movie is accepting the responsibility of Spider-Man, then his arc in this movie is about proving that he deserves said responsibility. Miguel helps Miles understand that he doesn't need a whole group of spider people to tell him who he is. He already knows that. He is Spider-Man. Miles is all about expression, and now he learns that he doesn't need anyone to tell him how to do that. This is also why the other antagonist of the movie, the Spot, works so well too. If Miguel O'Hara is a dark reflection of Miles, then the Spot is his polar opposite. While Miles is all about expressing who he is, the Spot physically can't express himself. He's had his identity removed by the accident that's created him. He's a blank slate. We see this when he's exploring through the multiverse. He's not even completely drawn in. He's still a stick figure an artist would draw to get the pose right for a drawing. This is why he gets angry at everyone who doesn't take him seriously, because he's just an expressionless blob. It's a really good way of showing how broken he is as a character, and this is where the spots on his body come into play, as he gives into his anger against Spider-Man and the world. The spots on his body grow bigger and bigger, until they finally consume him. His color scheme completely changes, and his design becomes a lot more chaotic and unhinged, like an angry scribble man. He is finally able to express himself in a way he couldn't before, and he looks bloody sick in this version. They actually managed to take a D-list villain like the Spot and make him damn right terrifying, and it's all through artistic cues. He begins the movie a lot more stable and simpler, and ends up the movie as the exact opposite. I really can't wait to see what they do with these three characters in the sequel, and how their big showdown will go. Across the Spider-Verse is one of the craziest animated movies I've ever seen. While most modern animated movies pretty much look the same in terms of character design and graphics, it's great to see a movie use its animation and art style as a storytelling device, showing how anyone from anywhere can live up to the character of Spider-Man through a clash of various beautiful art styles, and tying this concept into the character arc of Miles, truly showing that there's a Spider-Man in everyone. There's an artist in everyone, just waiting to be expressed. That and they brought back Spectacular Spider-Man. All that other stuff I mentioned, cool. But this is the real highlight of this movie. This was the best animated Spider-Man show ever. And it was cancelled after 2 seasons to make room for this garbage. But he's back, and he's voiced by Josh Keaton. He shows up for 3 seconds, but it's the best 3 seconds of the whole movie. He's as beautiful as the day I lost him. The crappy ending no longer bothers me. 100 out of 10. Best movie ever. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and comment your thoughts. Also subscribe if you want to watch more content, such as the next video.
Perhaps it is time to begin again.
So subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay tuned for that, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good day.